All right, so with that being said, in case you all don't know me, my name is Alonzo Wahid. I'm the Policy and Legislative Director with Equity and Transformation, East Chicago. I was that guy that Rich was talking about in the beginning, right? Actually, we are those individuals that Rich was talking about in the beginning. I'm Alonzo, this is Brandon, and then I'm about to pass this to Brandon so he can tell you all, why we're in this space and why this is so important, and that's why we was telling everybody, hey, the hottest spot, you need to get over here, all right? Because what we're about to do and what we're about to share is pivotal, okay? So without further ado, here's Brandon.
Hey, what's good, family? Brandon Sturdivant from Oakland. Got off a flight this morning to be here. Always willing to, excited to support my family at EAT. And I just want to name, like, what y'all doing right now, it ain't happening everywhere, right? A bunch of particularly black folks sliding together, talking about reparations. It's dope. We're about to get into some practice. There's a lot of conversations, and what we're up to is actually about being in our bodies and reclaiming ourselves from the inside out. Can you actually, that is just a little too loud for us to do this. So, reparations. We talked about the 5 points. One of those is restitution, right? Restitution is about restoring us to our former state. Restoring, they say victims, we say survivors. Restoring survivors to their former state. You can restore somebody by giving them their land back. We need that. You can restore somebody by giving our resources back. The shit that was taken from us in the first place. We need that. We deserve that. There's also something else, though, that honestly can't be restored by systems, and that's our culture, our lineage, our sense of safety. Those are things that the transatlantic slave trade, slavery, Jim Crow, black codes, war on drugs took shit from us that they can never return. And so it's our job to return it to ourselves from the inside out. And we can't do that. So I want to say two things, and then I literally just want to jump right into practice. Number one is I am a co-founder, co-leader of an organization called Mass Liberation Network. We believe that organizing and embodiment have to go together. What do I mean by embodiment? Embodiment means that I am aligned between what I think, what I believe to be true, and how I act in the world. We live in a society with systems, structures, policing, prisons that disembody us. By disembody, I mean don't feel anything. Just accept what's happening to you. The only way you can oppress is if you are disembodied. The only way you can accept oppression is if you are disembodied. As we start to come into alignment with ourselves, our thoughts, right, our beliefs and our actions in the world, and literally our physical bodies, all this shit changes. That's our contention at Mass Live Network, and that's how we communicate, rock with, support, eat. Is there anything before we jump into this practice that you want to share about your experience?
So a lot of people that's in the room right now, you all know me, right? That's cool. It's some of you all that don't know me, and I give I guess they call them alerts or warnings, that some of what I'm about to talk about could be triggering, right? What Brandon lifted up, that I'm about to put into words that individuals may be able to understand a little bit more, is that I've been carrying a lot of trauma because I was desensitized to my community, because I had to survive in a community that was created to destroy me. So for me to survive there, I had to have no love for that community anymore. No love for those people that was in that community anymore, because I had to survive what was created to harm me. What he is talking about is being able to now manage those emotions, those traumas, right, that we're dealing with, so then I can become more sensitive and more humanized to my community, to look at individuals as though that they're no longer my enemies, but these are my people that's going through struggles also. All right, so what that looked like for me was for the first time being able to put my feet on the soil in Africa to be able to realize psychologically, mentally, and emotionally that I survived through the transatlantic slave trade to be able to land somewhere in America, finally land somewhere in Chicago, finally land on the south side of Roseland, to then be connected to equity and transformation, connected to Brandon, take me back to Africa and say, this is where you really started from. And I had, through me, I was able to bring my ancestors back home. What they told us is that we was going to pass through this door, no return, where we would never return back. And I'm saying what stands before you all today, it gives me goosebumps right now, that the realization of that is I did return back and I brought my ancestors back home. That I did not start off in poverty. I did not start off in slavery, right? I did not start off in this mindset that I have to survive or that I'm living in lack or living in poverty. I come from righteousness. I come from kingdom. I come from prosperity. But more importantly than that, so are all of my people. And this is where we're taking ourselves back to, but it's learning how to control and regulate everything that's going on inside of us. So when I'm able and ready to act out, I can look at my fellow brother, I can look at my fellow sister and say that, you know what, I'm not looking at them as an individual that would do me harm or looking at how I could some type of way manipulate them to get something out of them, but I'm looking at them as an individual in purpose, looking at them as a leader, looking at them as beneficial to themselves and our community, and understand that they're connected to me. So this is where we're at. This is what we're talking about.
All right, Ashe, can you clap it up? I'm actually going, folks in the back asked us to keep the mic. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it the whole time. I'm gonna do my best. So we want to ask you to practice with us. Why is practice important? One of the things that we talk about embodiment is we can embody anything. Like I can choose to learn to be, to practice anything. That comes from sports science. Basically, they looked at pitchers. When a pitcher throws a pitch, the 300th time it's a habit. You kind of got to think about it. By the 3,000th time, you only got to think about it. You just naturally do it. And this system has us embodying certain things with ourselves and each other that we would never want to embody. White supremacy, patriarchy, racial capitalism. And those are big words, but it means our interactions are built in competition, not love for each other, right? They're built in how can I get over, not how can we support each other. They're built in violence, not peace. And what we contend is there's a way we can choose to embody something different. We can embody indigeneity, embody Africa through our bodies. How do we do that? One of the ways is called a centering practice. Y'all okay to practice with me? So you're gonna need your hands, your feet, kind of dropping everything for a second, and then just starting to fall into silence, hearing a little bit of the noise. As part of my meditation practice, sometimes I meditate with shit in the background because we got to be able to focus even in the midst of the noise. So see if you can drop in with you right now, just for a second. Yeah, making friends with silence. I'm just inviting a deep, settling breath here. Yeah, just seeing if you can feel the chair underneath your body 10% more. Yeah, letting your sit bones do their work. And seeing if you can feel your lungs expanding and contracting. Safety, belonging, dignity. Those are things that human beings need to survive. Unfortunately, the systems around us have robbed us of those things. The criminal legal system in particular takes away our safety. The people who are supposed to keep us safe actually have us the most unsafe around them. The criminal legal system takes away our dignity. If you go inside, you get a number. If you're on the outside, you're ashamed because you have family members who are on the inside. It takes away our belonging. There are literally barbed wire cages and all of these hoops and leaps to make a phone call or to go in and see a family member. It's on purpose to take away our safety, our belonging, and our dignity. And lastly, it takes away our purpose. It takes away our capacity to say, this is what's important to me, this is what I'm going for. We're going to get into a practice where we can give that back to ourselves. I can give myself safety. I can give myself dignity. I can give myself belonging. So start that process by seeing if you can clench your hands for 5 seconds as hard as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start to let that go. And you just noticing, getting really curious. What sensations are coming up? What emotion? What's the narrative, the story I'm telling myself? Clenching hands and arms, 5 seconds. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let that go. Inviting breath in. Clenching hands, arms, belly, chest, and back. So your torso. Hands and arms. 7 seconds, as hard as you can. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So stay curious. You're going to feel all kinds of things. It's for you. Listen to your body. Let's see if we can add in the lower half of our body. So clenching hands, clenching arms, clenching belly, back, chest, and then adding in glutes all the way down to our toes. 7 seconds, as hard as you can. So everything from the neck down. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let that go. And just get curious. No judgment. See if there's anything your body has to say to you. And for some of us, this may be a lot. I want to acknowledge that. Sitting still for me for a long ass time was a lot. Sitting down, shit would come up that I wasn't ready for. But just get curious. Hold it light as a feather. All right, we want to add in our jaws now. Our jaws and our eyes. So entire body, jaws, eyes, clenching on purpose all the way down to our toes. 7 seconds, hard as you can. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let that go. Just be with it. We want to add in one more layer here. So our breath is involuntary, right? It happens without us. Anything in our body that happens without us, when we start to play with it, to regulate it, it invites new sensation and experiences with our nervous system. So I want you to clench your entire body for 7 seconds, and if you're able to, if you don't have breathing issues, go ahead and hold your breath too. Holding our breath, clenching our entire body for 7 seconds. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let that fall away. And just get curious. From this place, we want to center on purpose. A relaxed body is a powerful body. Y'all feel any different in here? Yeah, I'm seeing some head nods. All right, from this place, we want to center in our length, our width, and our depth. So if you're able to, go ahead and stand. If you'd like to sit, you can do it seated as well. But if you're standing, you want to center like this. You want to take a moment, place your thumb on your belly button. And under your center, under your belly button, I should say, is this, under the hand is a center. It's the place in you that knows. Some call it the sacral, some call it the gut. I'm from Oakland. The gut is like, man, I knew I shouldn't have did that shit. I knew I shouldn't trust that motherfucker. Maybe I can't say that here, but like, that's the gut. The gut tells you, I knew that. Why didn't you listen to me? Western culture says we don't listen to this. When we go back to the motherland, it's all this. And so see if you can just get curious with your gut for a second, anything it has to say to you. And you can take that other hand and put it at the small of your back and just notice that your gut is not a spot. It's a 360 band of nerves and tendons and tissues and muscle and fat and all connected. Center of gravity. You can get here and be here and open yourself up to something different, something new, some other information. Keeping your attention here, you can even keep your hands if you want to, but you can also drop your hands, and now we're going to center in our length, our respect, and dignity. So I invite you to see if you can get heavy from your hips down. So hips to knees get heavy. Knees to ankles get heavy. Ankles to the bottom of your feet, can you get heavy? Like really rooting into the ground. Imagining if underneath your feet you grabbed the soil, like with roots. And then, eyes here, vertebrae by vertebrae, I want you to extend down, then at the same time up into your full height. Chin parallel to the ground. And notice that. Eyes forward. See if you can open your eyes and be in the space. Reach for ground, reach for sky at the same time. Respect and dignity. Feel yourself in your full dignity. Yeah, can't be given, can't be taken away. And see if you can stretch up and down just a bit more, 5% more. Can I reach for more ground and reach for more sky at the same time? Yeah, in all situations, you get to have dignity. You are not the worst thing you've done. You are not the worst thing that's been done to you. Can you feel that in your body? That's centered in length, respect, and dignity. Centered in width, keep that length, and then also see if you can take up some space across your hips. You can spread your arms out, across your jaw. Across your knees, can you take up some space? Can you just cover more in the ground? Can you feel the people to the left and right of you? Our width is about our capacity to be in relationship with other people, to love and be loved. Some of us in here got bellies. I got one. Can you let your belly out? Breathe. Like, we get to be in all of us. Society, systems. Sometimes our loved ones they ask us to shrink. The world where we get reparations is one where we're in our dignity and we're wide. We're also connected. See if you can maybe even take a moment and grab the hand of somebody next to you for a second and just feel like we're in this together. You don't got to hold it for too long, but just grab it. We here. We connected. All right, keeping that length, keeping that width, you can drop the hands and take a moment and see if you can feel the back of your body. Our depth, back of the head, back of the neck, back of the shoulders, lower back, all the way down to the heels, back of the legs. I often will take my hands and clasp them behind my back, or at least push them back just to get a charge going. And what you're noticing here is like, what sensations can I feel here? Our back is our history. Our back is I'm gonna keep it a buck. Our back is our trauma, the shit that we've been through. The transatlantic slave trade lives in our collective lineage at our backs. The times we or our loved one got interacted with that prison system, it lives at our backs. But also our triumphs live at our back. Lineages and movements before us, can you feel into that? Can you even lean into your heels and notice like, okay, something bigger than me, something's been holding me this whole time. Feel for that, and then at the same time, can you feel for the future? Top of the hands, top of the feet, tip of the nose, tips of the lips. Like, where are you going? Why be here? Where are you going? From your body, not your brain. And just like you have a past and a future, you have a present moment. Can you feel your heartbeat? Can you feel your lungs expanding and contracting? And stack them all together. Back of the shoulders, heartbeat, front of the chest. Feel that. Lower back, last thing you ate, digest in front of the belly. Tops and bottoms of the feet. Centered in our depth, we're centered in our history and our capacity for safety. And so now we stack all those things together. So come on back home, center. You can put thumb on the belly button and center in length. Centering your respect and dignity. And even take a moment in the space and look around and see other folks connected to y'all's movement who are in their respect and dignity. Fully upright. Feel that, and then at the same time, feel your width again. Feel your connection to the people to the left and right of you. And then also feel for history, back of the body. Feel for the present moment, and feel for the future. And last thing we stack on top of that is our commitment. And we ask ourselves, like, what are you a commitment to? I'm a commitment to black love, a love that is consistent, disciplined, and joyful. Black love, a love that is consistent, disciplined, and joyful. Because I was taught growing up in West Oakland to hate black people, to hate black men in particular. And now I get to get up every day and build a life where I get to help black people get free. And by black people getting free, all people get free. So feel that and drop into you. What's important to you? From this place, who do you love? Yeah, what does a healed Chicago look like? Drop in with all those questions. And turn to the person to the right or the left of you and have a quick conversation. What was centering like? And what's important to you?
So I definitely wanted to get some questions answered real quick. Let me do this like this. If you can hear my voice, clap one time. Hear my voice, clap 2 times. I think we hear. How did that feel to you all? I know when we started, it was good? Because I was going back and forth like, man, they don't know what no centering is. They done saw me take my shoes off. They like, what's getting ready to happen up in here? And so I'm glad that, you all was able to participate with that, engage it. And again, it was important to me on how we came out on the other end. So can I say that it was good? I can say that? All right. A personal question, and I'm gonna ask the personal question first before I get into the rest of it. Would any of you all do that again or like to do it again? Yes or no? Okay. All right, cool. So I'm on. Okay. All right, that's it. All right. So some of the things that I want to ask real quick is, and I'm gonna say this part, and then you all, I'll model it, and then again pass it to you all. One of the questions that Brandon asked was, and he talked about, was commitments, right? For me, when I first started doing this, I had a commitment to be able to my commitment was to be able to take care of others who could not take care of themselves. After the years of doing this, my commitment had to change. My commitment changed to taking care of myself so that I'd be able to take care of others who cannot take care of themselves. So I want to ask, I'm just going to take about 2 or 3 individuals. What was the commitments that you all made to yourself, or the commitments that you came up with during this time, if anything came up for you? And how was it? That's the piece. How was it making those commitments? What did you think about, and what were they? And like I said, I can only take about 3 of them. So the first 3 with their hands in the air, we'll go with you all. Or before I just start pointing people out, right? Because I'm real good. Okay. You can come up. And y'all laughing, but I'm definitely going to point over there in 1 minute. All right?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the practice. I've done the practice before, and as an alumni of Bold, probably some Boulders here. All right, Boulders, okay. Yeah, Black Organizing for Leadership and Dignity. But when I initially did the practice, my commitment was I am a commitment to be a free-centered and choiceful leader. And that came from a period of reflection where I came up through movement spaces where I didn't feel like I had choices. I was following leadership. It was my duty was to do the work, and I was not always making clear choices in that work. And that was breeding resentment. So in order to alleviate resentment, I now get to make certain choices about what work is important to me and what work I want to prioritize. And I have less resentment as regard to that. So check.
Thank you. All right, we got anybody else before I just point you out? Okay. Come on, finish the sandwich and come on up. Yeah. So while he's on his way up here, one of the pieces with this that was so important to me, and I'm sharing this so you all can understand how relatable and how serious it is. Just think about how we walk through our community, and as we're walking past individuals, you have to fix your face a certain way or have your guard up, just walking through community, right? Individuals will look at me and ask me, you know, like, man, every time you look at me, like, man, is everything all right? And that was my face, that was my build, that's what I was holding inside of me. And me going through these somatics is helping me to regulate that. I'm not saying that I get it right all the time. Again, there's times you can look at me and you can still see what I'm holding on the inside, but I'm saying that is our whole community. We're holding a lot of trauma on the inside, and it's coming out of our bodies in different ways. All right?
So you want to know my commitment?
What's your commitment?
How y'all doing? My name is Fred.
I'm his size now.
My commitment is to just being a better person, being a better friend, a better father, you know. And I'm committed. I have another commitment to become a EAT member. Okay. That's one of my commitments.
We're gonna help you with that. We got it.
And my commitment is to money, you know, going to work every day. Okay. That's it.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you for that. All right, I need your help. You can come on up here. Yeah. No, hey. Okay, one more. Come on. Yeah. Can I say how it was? It can't reach this way.
What? Stand up with that. My commitment. Wow. Hi, my name is Omega. My commitment is I take care of my nephew with cerebral palsy. And at first, my commitment was totally 100% to him. I got ill, I had open heart surgery, so I told him, let me take care of me, give me a couple months, and then that's all I do now. I still take care of him. I'm fine, as you can see, and that's basically my commitment as of today.
All right, thank you all for that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and wrap this part up.
Thank y'all, thank you, Brandon, thank you, Zoe. Let's give it up for him one time. All right, y'all, we got about 30 minutes left, so I definitely appreciate all y'all coming out today.